builder of the boat. In the golden city of Kufa, where the river breeze whispered through the palms, lived a man of great peace named Imam Numan.
He spent his days surrounded by the scent of old parchment and the soft scratching of quills. While others sought power or gold, he sought the truth behind the stars and the secrets within the soul.
But a traveler named Malik had arrived in the city, and his words were like a cold wind.
Malik stood in the marketplace, claiming that the world was a giant accident.
"There is no maker," he declared to the gathering crowd. The sun rises and the rain falls, simply because they do. No one designed them, they just happened.
The people were troubled by Malik's words and asked Imam Numan to speak.
A great debate was set for the following afternoon by the banks of the river.
Imam Numan agreed, but as he prepared his things, his young student Yusuf looked worried.
"How will you convince him?"
Yusuf asked. The Imam only smiled and placed a comforting hand on the boy's shoulder. The next day, the entire city gathered at the riverbank. Malik stood on a wooden platform, checking the position of the sun. The appointed hour passed, and then another. Malik began to mock the crowd. "Where is your scholar now?" he asked a nearby townsperson. Perhaps he has realized that there are no answers to be found. Just as the crowd began to stir with impatience, Imam Numan appeared on the dusty road. He walked with a steady pace, though his robes were slightly ruffled. He climbed onto the stage and bowed his head in apology. "Forgive me," he said softly. "I was delayed by a sight so marvelous that I could not look away." Malik crossed his arms and looked at the Imam with a smirk. "And what could be more important than our meeting?" he asked. The Imam sighed and looked toward the flowing water of the Tigris. "I saw a miracle at the river's edge," he replied. "A story that defies everything I thought I knew about the world. I saw planks of cedar wood flying out of the water," the Imam explained, his eyes bright with the memory. "They lined themselves up, side by side. Then iron nails flew through the air as if pulled by a magnet, driving themselves deep into the wood to hold the planks together, without a single hammer being used." Malik's eyebrows shot up in surprise. The Imam continued his tale. Once the wood and nails had formed a sturdy vessel, a mast rose from the center, and a sail unfurled itself. The boat then lowered itself into the water and began to navigate the currents, turning and stopping perfectly, all without a captain or a single person on board. Suddenly, Malik let out a loud, booming laugh that echoed across the water. "This is your great wisdom," he cried out to the crowd. "You expect us to believe a boat built itself and sails without a master?
That is impossible.
Such a thing requires a builder, a designer, and a guide.
The Imam's face became very serious, and a hush fell over the crowd.
If your mind cannot accept that a small, simple boat could exist without a builder, he said, his voice carrying to the very back of the square, how then can your heart believe that this entire universe, the mountains, the stars, and the soul within you, came to be without a creator?
As the sun set, casting a blanket of purple and gold over Kufa, the people felt a renewed sense of wonder. Imam Numan walked home through a garden, stopping to show a young child how a single seed held the promise of a giant tree.
Every leaf, he whispered, is a letter in a beautiful poem written by the one who knows us best.